No! 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 No!
GM, welcome back to the channel. In this one, taking a look at the when, airdrop, burn, and subsequently what's going to happen with Jup here, and a quick market update with some other stats as well. So if you enjoy this one, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we'll jump on in. So Bitcoin here is poking its head just above 43K at this moment in time. I've been watching quite a lot of Crown's analysis as of late, and he's kind of expecting an early February pump into around 44Ks and then to be a sell-off from there. So just to be aware of that piece of analysis, something to have in the back of your mind's eye, as he says. But potentially onwards and upwards, I am in a bullish bias as ever, and hopefully we just keep freaking mooning. In terms of GBTC, quick update here, we're starting to see a bit of a changing in terms of the flows here. So today, initially, what we've seen here is Grayscale hasn't had the biggest total flow, but IBIT with the iShares Bitcoin Trust, that is BlackRock, have actually done more daily volume than GBTC. So that is a bit of a changing of the guard. We've seen just tons of outflows from GBTC, but now we're starting to see maybe IBIT here, BlackRock, pulling themselves ahead and more volume. Overall, thus far, we have had positive flow. So that is, of course, good stuff. And then this as well, bit of icing on the cake. $1 billion USDT just printed by the Tether Treasury. So Paolo saving the markets yet again. I'm noticing we're getting these kind of inventory replenishments every other week at this point, and the total crypto market cap of stable coins has been ticking on up nicely as well. So positive sum game will lead us into a PvE environment away from the PvP practices that we've been so used to. So the when token here has potentially had a bit of a local top form just before the 3 p.m. deadline when the burn took place. So today was the final day to actually claim your when airdrop. You had 3 full days as notified here on the channel. And then after that point, any unclaimed when tokens get burned. So that happened at 3, which is this candle here, a bit of a pump back up. But we did see a bit of a topping formation here. Of course, this is just on a 30-minute chart, but I've been watching the order books as well. It did seem, in my opinion, that a lot of people positioned into this yesterday in anticipation of the burn taking place. And thus we saw a lot of demand come in yesterday. You can see that's pretty much just going up in almost like a TWAPI fashion there. And then we had a little bit of, prior to 3 p.m., a bit of a salve news, people getting out of position, some big whales exiting, but things looking really good here. You can't really complain with that. The chart is still looking rather healthy. $163 million market cap as of this moment, but this doesn't factor in the token burn. So the market cap will be less as a load of tokens have been taken out of supply. So this 1 billion here is no more. So what is it and what's been going on? So as their official Twitter accounts posted, claiming when has now finished. We've burned around a quarter of the supply forever. Let's break barriers, create history, blah, blah, blah. So essentially, if you hadn't claimed your tokens, you can no longer claim them. And essentially, they will be going to a burn address, I believe is the situation. So when burn total coming in at 284.7 million tokens, so roughly 28.5% of the total supply has now been burned. And I'm going to be buying more Jup allocation via Whales Markets, which I'll show you again at the end of this video. Come and check out my ref link. I'll leave it down below, as you do save 5% on any purchases via Whale Markets. Now, where did I get the figures from? Well, there has been a when June dashboard set up by Jay Cruz here. So what happened today? There was actually a little bit of a double whammy. So we knew that 70% of tokens went to the airdrop, 20% went to the liquidity pool here, and then 10% went to treasury. But the treasury tokens, I believe, were released today. And I think the team also got paid their 1% today as well. So there will be a slight increase plus the decrease. Of course, net that would be down. But you can follow along with the team token address if you want to see if they are selling. I wouldn't imagine they would sell prior to the Jup airdrop itself, as they wouldn't want to tarnish anything going into that. But of course, they are well due some tokens. They've just created a load of value here. So if we're getting a load of free tokens, they may as well also. But if you just scroll down through this, you can see 415 million tokens were claimed, 284 mil were unclaimed. So a lot of people just foregoing their allocations, maybe forgetting about them, or potentially having them on wallets they just don't interact with on a regular basis. So those were the numbers as they came in. Now, what was funny was this take here when completely nuked the on-chain vibes. Great work. So yep, a lot of the Sol altcoins have had the liquidity sucked out of them via this thing just doing numbers. So this does 24-hour volume of almost $100 million here, and this caused a load of stuff to get nuked. Exhibit A here, we have Sydney Sweeney with Milk, down 97% from the Pico top. Some unfortunate participant bought up at 0.0009. They're now down 97.5% if they haven't sold. A load of stuff just getting absolutely smashed in the face here. Mock Jup is actually not doing too badly. This thing seemingly just doesn't want to die. I do have some of this token, but I'm not expecting too many great things unless they come out with some form of announcement. With just holding its own here, still at around about 30 cents, probably can buy just under 30 cents, I would suggest, as it's wicking around that area right about now, but holding its own. And what you're seeing is a load of the kind of shittier tier meme coins just getting absolutely obliterated and nuked down. And we're seeing this kind of same thing that we saw with the NFT market previously, that when the NFT market had a drawdown, most collections just went down big numbers, and then the kind of blue chip assets were the ones that could hold value and thus would suck a bit of life from the smaller caps. And then finally we have Bonk as well on there. That is also seemingly holding its own. So the likes of Bonk, when with doing okay, most of the other stuff getting absolutely nuked here. And what I think that will do though is provide some great opportunities to scoop the dips if you've got funds on hand on some good coins, some good meme coins with staying power, the ones that potentially have catalysts into the future or narratives coming up with events taking place in the real world that you think could do well. Stan is on a bit of a dip as well, down quite a lot, potentially again. That seems to be doing the round on socials, but also in the real world as well. I think it was on Saturday Night Live over the weekend as well. So, you know, kind of some of these things are probably going to be decent buys, and you get some big X's from them when we have the next meme coin mania, which could potentially come as soon as Wednesday with the Jup airdrop providing more liquidity. It's funny to see that the meme coin airdrop sucked the liquidity, but will the DEX coin coming out on Wednesday provide liquidity to the markets? We'll wait and see. So the Jup token on Wednesday, all eyes on that. I've started to see people put together little bits of price prediction models here. So the initial supply is going to be approximately 1.7 billion. So this was confirmed in Discord. There is a screenshot here from Where Meow saying to assume circulating supply of 1.7 mil, but by the end of the first year, 2.5 million. So that will be the emissions up to 2.5 by the first year. And then each and every year in Jupiary or January, we're going to have those 10% of tokens released via airdrops. So we're going to get stimmies each year for the next 3 years from Jupiter, which is kind of hilarious. And I like the way he's done these things. I mean, what's better than the largest DEX on the actual network providing free money each and every Jan? I mean, that's pretty damn cool. So market cap at launch, if this thing launches at a 1 bill market cap, that will be an intended price of Jup of around 58, 59 cents. It is trading above that on whale markets right now. If we get a $2 billion launch, that is at $1.17. And this kind of green zone that this guy has pointed out here is somewhere where he thinks will probably come and lie between 3 and 4 billion. So maybe up to 170 all the way up to 230s, that kind of region. But the kind of thesis behind this is at the end of a year, so in 12 months time, 2.5 billion tokens will be circulating. Previously, Uniswap hit a 20 bill all-time high market cap. And thus, if we can hit 20 bill market cap, as Jupiter is going to be the biggest trading venue overall, you can already see it's caught up with Uniswap. And I think it now goes on and accelerates past it by quite a bit, as this is the home of trading for most people now, and people don't want to pay the gas fees of ETH. So as that becomes entrenched, why can't it go and maybe tackle this by the end of this year? So that price Jup at $8 and a 20 bill circulating market cap. So those are some of the numbers there. But let me know down below, what do you think this thing can go and do? Do you think it can actually eclipse Uniswap in the year 2024? And is that kind of all-time high of Uni at 20 bill circulating an area you think we can come and grab? So over on Whales Markets, did a full video on this just yesterday, so check that out on Twitter or YouTube, wherever you're watching this. as I released it just yesterday, going through how to actually bid on this. So if you want to come here, I'll leave a link for it down below and you will get 5% off your fees. You can pre-buy Jup allocation. So people who have got obviously quite a lot of allocation, by the most part, a lot of people are selling like 10, 20,000 clips. You can buy these tokens off them before they hit the open market. So upon the open market taking place and the airdrop coming out, these guys have posted collateral and they will need to send in the Jup tokens and thus them then be released to us on the buyer side in this kind of escrow contract within the first 24 hours of trading. So between the 31st of Jan and the 1st of Feb, you would therefore get these tokens to you. Current price at the moment is around 75 cents per Jup. And yesterday they were at 69 cents, so they're up a little bit from there. 75 cents, where's that putting us? Somewhere at around 1.4 billion market cap, I think that is, 1.3, 1.4 bill. Do you think it's going to go higher than that? Is this a steal? Those are the kind of questions you want to be asking yourself. And do you want to be bidding this on the first day, or would you like to scoop up some allocation before things go live? So that is what this market allows for. So really interesting, smooth experience, just waiting for the actual release date to happen now on Wednesday into Thursday. So check that out, link down below. Subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.